Full court press is out for coverage on Joe Biden. I know you already know that, but as he starts to deteriorate mentally even more than anticipated, the media hive mind is just running cover for this old, decrepit, creepy asshole at such an incredible pace. It's almost amazing. Okay, Reuters runs insane fact check asserting Biden did not use white power gesture during CNN town hall, the exact same one where he had the jetpack on, or he was holding the reins of a little horse, and you know, the one where he had his arms akimbo and they were at a 90-degree angle and he's just waiting for Anderson Cooper to finish his sentence, but then at the same time he was also just waiting for his bowels to evacuate into his blue trousers. It was a sight to behold, not the ass cleansing. Reuters published an article in which establishment outlet fact-checked alleged rumors on social media. They've been doing that a lot lately, so I think they're starting to get wise to the fact that a lot of people are seeing current climate changes in society, about the only one that I'd agree with, and they're starting to realize that maybe we're kind of losing the grasp on the narrative, so we need to start ramping this up a lot more, because you can go on pretty much any platform on a daily basis and you're going to see 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 fact checks on a scenario. But yeah, the fact that Joe Biden, I don't know, was he trying to pretend that he was a pirate from Delaware? But whatever the fuck he was doing, clearly he's just, you know what, just taking a look at, I don't know, some sweet young 12-year-old in the crowd that he wants to accost later. But yeah, no, he didn't make a white power hand gesture apparently at CNN town hall in Baltimore, Maryland on last Thursday. He made a hand gesture while saying corporations will pay 0 cents. That's a little bit awkward, the fact that you have to put it right up to your eye, but yeah, he's an awkward dude. Reuters tweeted linking to the fact check. I'm sure that is fucking hilarious, okay? And I wonder what kind of fact check they're going to use for this one, because it was announced, okay? And a few weeks ago at this point, Nancy Pelosi showed up and had a meeting with the Pope as well. She was all dressed in black, he was all dressed in white, and everybody just kind of exited just completely covered in ashes. But this was supposed to be a live telecast. This was supposed to be a big meeting for the avowed Catholic Joe Biden, right? To meet the Pope in the Vatican. It was supposed to be live. It was supposed to be there for everybody to see. But they just pulled a Biden here, just like he doesn't like to do press conferences, something he hasn't done in over 100 fucking days. This one will be, it'll be distributed out to people. It'll just be in an edited format. I fucking wonder why, okay? Vatican cancels planned live broadcast of Joe Biden meeting the Pope and will only provide edited footage to the media afterwards. Okay, so it's not even going to be disseminated to the public. It's going to be disseminated to the media. See, the rules are different for us. We can look at these documents because we're the media. It's different. Vatican on Thursday abruptly canceled the planned live broadcast of President Joe Biden's meeting Pope Francis, the latest restriction to media coverage of the Holy See. Nobody seeing that. The Vatican press office provided no explanation of why the live broadcast of Biden's visit had been trimmed or has to be trimmed over. Just the arrival of President's motorcade in the courtyard to the Apostolic Palace, where a Vatican monitor will greet him. Cancelled was any live coverage of Biden actually greeting Francis in the palace throne room, as well as live footage of the two men sitting down to begin their private talks in Francis's library, at which time the cameras normally would have stopped running. But no, we'll just get pictures of people driving Joe. We can't actually get pictures of Joe. He's kind of like Bigfoot at this point. We know he's out there somewhere, and we can never quite pinpoint exactly where he is, but we have vague ideas. Like if it's Monday to Friday, there's about a 60% chance he's on or near the White House or on that creepy soundstage. But if it's like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, there's about a 90% chance he's either in Delaware, Camp David, or jetting about the world, really. He's an open, honest, and fair president. That's what I've heard. What else is he doing? Well, Biden administration is considering awarding $450,000 per person. Sweet work if you can get it. What do you have to do for it? To families separated at the border under Trump's zero-tolerance policy. Orange man bad. The Biden administration is considering paying out a whopping $450,000 per person to families, okay? So one family, okay, especially because they're Mexican, could walk away with well over $1 million for being separated and put into Barack Obama and Joe Biden's cages. You'd hate to see it. The southern border, as it tries to settle lawsuits with migrants who say the policy caused them lasting psychological damage. Oh yes, we were trying to come here to have a better life, and we got separated. It wasn't the fact that we had Coyote bring one of our kids up. It was very sad. Now please give us free money. If you could just put us on one of those nice flying aeroplanes and drag us to the New York City, like I've seen you take so many other people out there, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much, Joe Biden, you great man. Sort of kind of devolved into Russian at the end. Officials of the Department of Justice, a department of lack thereof justice, Homeland Security and Health and Human Services are considering the payments that would cost close to $1 million for two people. I would say roughly 900,000. All right. Two people live within the same family. Ow. People familiar to the Wall Street Journal. I'm sorry. Hunched over trying to fix my computer all day. My back is not good, so I don't know, you don't tune in to hear me bitching, but that had to be explained. I don't have a producer behind me with a fucking sharp stick. American Civil Liberties Union, which represents the separated families. Oh, of course, yeah, fighting for the free speech of Americans by getting them to pay for illegal aliens. All right, cool. Has identified about 5,500 children separated from parents at the border during the course of the Trump-era policy. Okay, so 5,500 children. Now, depends on how this policy is going to be extrapolated out. Yet have at least one other family member. Okay, so you'd be looking at 11,000 payouts, about $1.1 billion, give or take a little bit extra. Former President Trump's administration enacted the policy in April 2018. Which is a good one, okay, because a lot of kids get brought up through the southern border for nefarious purposes, okay? Muling drugs, sold into the sex industry. These aren't good people, and they aren't always coming through with their family members, okay? And nobody should be coming through via illegal routes into the United States. I can't believe that has to be a point that needs to be reinforced. A potential buyout could cost $1 billion or more, obviously. The zero tolerance policy applied to families who illegally crossed into the U.S.-Mexico border to claim asylum. Since children could not be detained alongside their parents, the families were separated, sometimes with no way to track and reunite them later on. Government investigations found, oh no, it's almost like you should try to immigrate into a country legally to avoid this happening. Now, many families are released into the interior of the United States, not under the Trump program, but this is Biden stuff, baby. And asked to appear in court at a later date. Yeah, catch and release, because it works on what, like 2% of people? Awesome. Some are deported under Title 42, the coronavirus public health policy. Some is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that statement. The lawsuit alleges that the separated children were housed in poor conditions. Like, again, I don't feel that much fucking sympathy for these people. And sometimes suffered from malnutrition or heat exhaustion, or were kept in freezing cold rooms and offered little medical care. A lot of weasel words in that as well. Sometimes, maybe. Lawyers for the families argue that children have suffered long-lasting trauma and anxiety of being without their parents. Well, it was their parents' decision to drag them across the border to begin with, so shouldn't you be trying to seek a settlement from their parents? Maybe, I don't know, the people who ultimately have a responsibility over this? But no, just fleece the taxpayers more, that's fine. They seek a range of payouts, averaging $3.4 million per family, according to Wall Street Journal. That is, I'm going to be honest, okay, more money in one shot than I will ever see in a lifetime, and they just got to get it for maybe, potentially, possibly having a bad experience down at the border. All right then. I think I'd take that, especially okay. Malnutrition, heat exhaustion, freezing cold rooms, and offered little medical care. It just sounds like being unvaccinated in Canada. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The Biden administration has repeatedly deemed the policy cruel and inhumane. That's why they got to reinforce it starting in November. Sucks to suck. Earlier this month, Michelle Brain, head of the Family Reunification Task Force, why is that a thing? Said the Biden team had only been able to reunite 52 of over 1,000 families separated under the policy who have not yet found each other. So they're doing a really good job by the looks of it. 52 of 1,000? Wow, it's almost like these people illegally crossing the border don't want to be found by the government. Weird, right? We estimate that over 1,000, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500, so you best get to work if it's on the higher end. Maybe more remain separated, Brain told CBS's 60 Minutes. Oh, okay, so instead of looking for families, you're just giving interviews. All right. It's very hard to know because there's no record. Yeah, because they're illegally here, she added, so there's nowhere to go and find out if they were separated or not. It's really a case-by-case detective work. Yeah, but just pay them. Just pay them and make it all go away. Task Force is reportedly in the process of reuniting 200 more. Cool. So maybe you have 25% of the people reunited. That's awesome. That's your guys' cause du jour. I could really not care any less about this. You should just send them all back. Reunite them and fucking ship them back. But no, they're going to reunite them and pay them for their patriotic service of illegally crossing the southern border. But with that said, guys, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.